Cats and the Wildcats are going to be playing a makeup game. Postponed this game a couple of weeks ago due to the weather, where district game against the Lady Lions and the Lions of Frank Hughes High School. We're starting off tonight with the Lady Cats and the Lady Lions. Lady Cats 20-5 on the season. Frank Hughes comes sporting a record of 9-13. Of course, this will be a rematch from a game that was played earlier in the season at Frank Hughes. District time. We're here, and we're in the final stretch, the last week of the regular season before we get to district tournament. So stay right here with us tonight. Myself, Jacob Kitchens, Will Mosley are going to bring you all the action. You're listening to Wayne County Basketball right here on Big Oldies Radio. Well, Wayne County Wildcat basketball fans, welcome into Big Oldies Radio. Again, we're coming to you tonight from the campus of Wayne County High School, David A. Byrd Court, where tonight's action is going to pit the Lady Cats against the Lady Lions of Frank Hughes High School, an in-county rivalry, a district rivalry, and this one should be an exciting game for us to watch. I don't know what kind of excitement we're going to get on the floor on this one. We saw the first game of this season. Lady Cats pretty much dominated the game, and I don't know if we're going to see a whole lot different tonight, Will.
Well, I look to see a little bit different, Jay. You know, for specific reasons. The fact that we're not gonna have Lou tonight.
Yep.
Okay, so that takes a big point guard threat off the floor. Not that any of the girls are not capable of handling it, because I believe that they are the ones that do take care of it. But they look like they're gonna have Laura Beth tonight. You know, and last week or not last week, but last time we played each other, she started the game, but she didn't last but maybe just a few minutes, if I remember correctly. And
yeah, she was out there for the tip, and then she sat down.
Yeah, so you know, I expect her to be a big factor into tonight's game. Ava Ashley had 23 against them last time, and Addie Music led the points for them with 5.
Right.
But you know, they kind of spread it out a little bit. You know, Tiara Shamer, she had 3, and I think it was when she hit a 3 in the fourth quarter there.
Yeah.
But you know, I expect it to be I expect it to be different, because we don't quite have the speed and the ability to get down the floor as fast as we did before with Lou, because Lou could get down that floor very fast with the ball in hand and easily lay it in. You know, I know last time she only scored 2 against them, but you know, with Ava scoring as much as she did, but still Lou brings a big threat to the floor, and without her tonight, I expect things to look just a little bit differently.
And that's the reason why we play these games. We don't just put them down on paper and say, well, here's how the outcome is going to be. You know, we have to settle the issue on the hardwood.
Yep.
And so the Lady Cats are riding high right now, 20-5 on the season. Riding a little bit of a win streak right now, which is exactly where you want to be as you're heading into tournament time. Of course, we've got tonight, tomorrow night over in Giles County, and then Friday night we'll wrap it up here at home against Collinwood in what we know is going to be a big-time rivalry game. But we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. We got to get through this one tonight.
Don't get me talking about that one.
Well, yeah, we'll wait a little while before we talk about that. Yeah, the question mark around Frank Hughes is, like you said, how much is Laura Beth going to play? If Battles is playing, they've got a different basketball team, and she just brings so much energy to that floor.
Well, it's hard finding stats and other, like scouting type reports. I'm sure the coaches got their own little input on it and they know what's up. But for me, trying to find something on Max Preps or something like that is quite difficult. For me, I got to look more into the Wayne County newspaper in order to see what's been going down. And unfortunately, I do not get that thing as often as I should. I need to get a subscription and get one delivered to my house.
Hey, man, that's the way it ought to be.
But like I said, if I also remember correctly, I think Addie Music was big on the boards last time. So
yes, she was.
What we got to do is make sure we're boxing her out, keeping them away from being able to get the rebound. We need a big game by Ava Ashley tonight. We need to come out and she had 23 in the first half. I'd love for her to come out and have 30 in the first half today.
Who would?
Now, I'm a challenger. She can't hear me, but that's my challenge for her right now.
Well, of course, Ava has been a big part of this team this year. Of course, she scored her 1,000th career point for last Friday night down in Perry County. And, she's been a big-time leader on this team. And like you said, especially with Lou being out, she's taken on that responsibility of kind of having to step up a little bit and take on a little bit more of that leadership role. I agree with you. Lou's absence on the floor tonight, you see that not necessarily on the stat sheet, but Lou is more what she brings away from the stat sheet.
Yeah.
And so we'll have to see how it goes tonight. Of course, we've seen Kate Bryson run the point a little bit the last couple games. Addie Odell has stepped up a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes tonight. We'll see what happens. But we're looking forward to bringing you some great basketball action between the Lady Cats and the Lady Lions. And, of course, after this game, we'll have the boys' game as well. So stick right here with us. We're going to bring you all that basketball action tonight. This is District Basketball on Wayne County Radio. You're listening to Big Oldies.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to David A. Bird Court on the campus of Wayne County High School. For tonight's first game of basketball action between the Lady Lions of Frank Hughes and your Wayne County High School Lady Cats. At this time, would you please rise for the invitation given by senior basketball player Logan Davis. Following the invitation, remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, I just thank you for this day, Lord God. I thank you for the day of life. I thank you for allowing us to come out here tonight and enjoy this wonderful word of basketball. Ask that you as well as all as athletes and God to play the best of our abilities. Ask that you just take us play the way that honor and glorifies you. I pray for the referees as well and stay every call and that we respect that. Ask that you just give us safe travels home and above all things sitting your son and down the cross for our sins. In your name I pray.
Ready here for the start of the Lady Cats and the Lady Lions of Frank Hughes. We got starting lineups
for a truly special moment.
You got those starting lineups?
Yes, sir. I got you. We're going to start with the Lady Lions from Frank Hughes. Number 13, Tiara Chamber. Number 10, Ava Bryant. Number 25, Juliana Bourbon. And number 4, Addie Music. And number 24, Laura Beth Battles. Now, for your Wayne County High School Lady Cats, what I have right now is number 14, Kate Bryson. Number 25, Ava Ashley, who is currently being recognized for reaching her 1,000th point of her career. And she's just a junior. So congratulations again to number 25, Ava Ashley, on this marvelous, extraordinary achievement by you and your teammates. Number 32, Mary Grace Littleton. Number 33, Addie Odell. And number 42, Presley Daniel, will be your starting lineup for your Wayne County High School Lady Cats tonight.
I tell you what, Will, we sit here and you sit here and watch what's going on right now. Ava's out there getting recognition. They're taking her picture with her 1,000-point basketball, and she's going to take it over and give it to her grandmother and let her hold it for her while she's playing ball tonight. But I was reading something earlier this week that Ava and Molly are one of only 3 mother-daughter combinations in Wayne County basketball history to score 1,000 points, and that's impressive.
That is.
And with Ava, like you just said, I mean, she's a junior. She will definitely be a featured part of this offense next season. It is conceivable to think that they could be a 2,000-point tandem.
I did the math on the way home the other night from the Perry County game. My son was talking about this, and he thought it was really cool, really neat, and started talking about how much you could score to get to 2,000. And then so I got to thinking about it, and I did an estimated number, and I said, you know what? I said, that's very achievable.
I think she could do it.
She's still got plenty of games left this season, and she's still got, a minimum of 25 games next season.
Yeah.
I'm counting any type of
tournament or yeah. I mean,
if she averages 30-something points, or if she keeps over, I think the number I had was 23.
Yeah.
I think if she had an average of 23 per game here going forward, she would go over 2,000 points.
Yeah. And we saw it last year. Cayman Canfield for the boys. He hit his 1,000-point mark last year as a junior, and then he hit his 2,000-point mark this year as a senior. So it's doable. It can be done. And so we'll watch and see what happens with Ava, but we look for Ava to be a very, very key part of the offense tonight. I'll tell you somebody else that we're looking at and we're seeing that has been really stepping up for the Lady Cats. We saw it especially last Friday night is Presley Daniel.
Yeah.
Boy, Presley had a monster game the other night, 18 points. We don't even have many rebounds, but there's no question it was a double-double. We called her name so many times Friday night.
Well, I actually was hoping that they would upload that on Max Preps, and they didn't.
Yeah, I was too.
Because I went and looked, and I meant to actually text Coach Molly and ask her.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's going to be something that you're going to remind me to do tonight.
There you go. Ava Bryant, Ava Ashley at the center stripe for the tip, and the tip goes to the Lady Cats. The ball brought to Adeline Odell, who's going to run the point early for the Lady Cats. She swings it over in the 2-1-2 defense. Finds Mary Grace Littleton and swing it back around to Presley Daniel, get it back to Addie out at the top. She swings it over to Ava. Ava gave a shot fake and then gave it up and then gets it right back. Puts up a three-pointer from the logo, and that three-pointer is good. Ava Ashley with 3 points right after the start of the game give the Lady Cats an early 3-0 advantage.
How much did she end up having the other night?
25, 27, something like that. It was crazy.
Yeah, so I see her getting 30 tonight. I'm trying. Again, that's a challenge I have for her.
Shamer passes the ball over to Bryant. Now Bryant swings the ball around, gives it back to Shamer. Lady Cats playing man-to-man defense on the half court. Now they give the ball back out to Addie Music. Music swings it back around to Laura Beth Battles, who is on the floor for the Lady Lions. She gets the ball back to Shamer. Lady Lions moving the ball effectively here. They're nice little rotation, kind of running that circle offense. Bryant with a layup driving inside. She's going to miss, but she is going to get fouled, and that's going to put her on the line. As I believe that foul is going to go against Presley Daniel. That'll be Presley's first. They're going to call Mary Grace Littleton with that foul. So one foul against Mary Grace Littleton, first team foul for the Lady Cats here in the first half.
He must have saw it differently. I thought that was on Ava.
I thought it was. Well, initially I thought it was too, but then I saw 42 go up in his hands, and I guess he was signaling 32. So first shot for Bryant is off the mark. Second free throw shot is up, and that one falls through. 3-1 early. Lady Cats out in front. Frank Hughes, the Lady Lions, putting full court pressure defense on the Lady Cats. They get the ball into Presley Daniel. Daniel passes ahead to Littleton, who finds Ava Ashley cutting to the basket, and Ashley goes in and converts for another 2 points for Ava. That's a 5-1 advantage now for the Lady Cats. Music brings the ball back up the floor. She gives it over to Shamer. Shamer swings it around to Battles. Battles working against Presley Daniel, gets it around to Bryant, back over to Shamer, and Shamer kicks it back out to Music at the top. Lady Lions getting some good ball rotation here. They're being very patient and not hurrying the shots here.
Or they're pulling their defenders all the way out to almost mid-court here.
Yep. Nice pass inside. Battles gets the ball into Addie Music, and Music goes up and lays it off the glass for two. Lady Cats with a 5-3 advantage. Now the pass ahead to Ava Ashley. Ashley gets the ball back to Bryson, who kicks it back out to Odals at the top. She swings it over to Littleton. Now Littleton finds Kate Bryson, who gets a cutting Presley Daniel to the basket. Nice backdoor cut, and Presley puts it up for 2 points.
Nicely played. You couldn't draw that up any better right there.
Not one bit. Shamer brings the ball up the floor for the Lady Lions. Lady Cats playing man-to-man defense here in the half court. They get the ball over to Battles. Battles working against Presley Daniel out at the top, takes a dribble and finds Shamer. Shamer gets it around to Music. Now Music goes inside to Battles. Battles with an easy layup as she was right there underneath the basket. 2 points for Laura Beth, and that makes it a 7-5 ball game.
It looks like their plan to draw the guards out, or the defenders out, is working fairly well.
Working. And now a turnover as the Lady Cats turn the ball over. Music comes out of the scrum with the basketball. She drives up the floor, and she tries to put up a shot. It's no good, but she is going to draw a foul on the other end of the floor, and that's going to put Addie Music at the line with an opportunity to shoot two. That one goes against Adeline Odell. Her first foul of the game, second team foul against the Lady Cats.
You know, she picked that foul up right there because she chose to jump. If she would have just stood still right there, she had good position. She could have easily took the charge or just played good defense. But coming off your feet right there caused that foul, and now she's already made one free throw and shooting her second one now.
Music 2 for 2 on that trip to the line, and we got a tie ball game here, 7-all with 5:11 to go here in the first quarter. Lady Lions now back off the full court pressure, going back into the 2-1-2 here defense. No, it looks like they're going to play a little man-to-man defense here. Now the pass inside to Ava Ashley. Ashley with a turning jumper, and she puts it right over the top of the defender, drops it through for another 2 points. That's 7 for Ava here in the first quarter, 9-7 advantage for the Lady Cats. And now we're going to get a travel. Shamer picked up her dribble just shy of the half-court line, and she was trying to find someplace to go with it and move that pivot foot just a little bit there and picked up the travel call. So that's going to turn the ball over to the Lady Cats. Ball inbounded into the backcourt to Adeline Odell, who's going to bring the ball up the floor.
I think Coach Morris came out of that 2-1-2 because of the backside right here. They started to see that, and that's the reason why they're getting those easy buckets.
Yep. Mary Grace Littleton takes a pass, drives along the baseline, puts up a jumper. She had a good look, but it didn't quite go. The rebound brought down by the Lady Lions, but now we're going to get a double dribble call against the Lady Lions as the official here says he saw a pickup and then another dribble. So that's going to turn the ball back over to the Lady Cats.
I didn't see that.
I didn't either, but turnover is going to hurt the Lady Lions here early. Ava passes into Presley Daniel. Presley Daniel just drives it with her left hand straight to the basket and goes up almost uncontested for an easy two. Now the pass ahead to Shamer, and Shamer loses the handle, turns the ball back over with a backcourt violation.
You know, they had something going here, and they've had 3 bad possessions right here in a row. They're going to, if the Lady Lions want to step it up right here and stay in this ball game, they're going to have good possessions, quit turning the ball over.
Yeah, clean basketball is the call of the day. Now the pass out to Ava Ashley on the elbow, knocks down a 3-point shot. That 3 falls through nothing but net, 14-7. Lady Cats on a 7-0 run right now to take the lead once again. Now an errant pass, and Presley Daniel takes the pass. She's going to drive it back in transition, and she's going to go up, but she's going to get fouled on her way up to the basket. No good, but that's going to put Presley Daniel to the line to shoot 2 as Addie Music is going to pick up her first foul of the game. First team foul against Frank Hughes.
You know, Coach Morris was down there trying to get the officials' attention because I believe it was Addie. She was leaning over to set that screen for Ava at the 3-point line, and it was an illegal screen. And Coach Morris was sitting there trying to let them know, hey, that's, call that. And so that's one missed for them.
Presley's first shot is good. Second shot on the way is going to be good as well. Checking into the game for the Lady Cats is going to be number 11, Callie Thompson, and number 3, Cabry Carroll, as Addie and Mary Grace get his opportunity to go take a rest. Now Music with the ball. She finds Battles inside, and we're going to get I'm not sure what the call was there. I saw the foul called. I believe it's going to go against Cabry Carroll. That's going to be a non-shooting foul. So Lady Lions going to retain possession, but Cabry Carroll picks up her first foul of the game, third team foul now against Lady Cats. Ball tipped and intercepted by Presley Daniel on the inbounds. They pass the ball over to Adeline Odell. Odell now with the basketball. She finds Ava Ashley out beyond the arc. Three-point shot, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by the Lady Lions. And now Shamer passes the ball over to Music. She's going to bring the ball back up the floor. On the floor right now for the Lady Cats, Presley Daniel, Cabry Carroll, Kylie Thompson, Adeline Odell, and Ava Grace Ashley pass ahead as the Lady Cats took the turnover there, and they pushed it up the floor and pushed it ahead, but the pass just over the head of Ava Ashley out of bounds and actually came up here next to us. So we're going to have a little pause here while one of the cheerleaders is helping to get the ball back.
Well, you know, Mr. John over there, he sent me some stats for Presley Daniel the other night. She had 18 points. 18 points, 5 offensive rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds for a total of 12 rebounds. So she had a double-double.
18 and 12. We love that. Now the Lady Lions move the ball inside. They get the ball to Laura Beth Battles. Her layup is no good. Presley Daniel right there for the rebound. She passes over to Ava Ashley. Ashley brings the ball up the floor. And now she goes inside to Daniel. Daniel puts up a run and layup. No good. Rebound collected by Addie Music.
They're going to call that foul.
By Ava Bryant collected the rebound and passed ahead to Music. And now we're going to get a foul against the Lady Cats. This one's going to go against Adeline Odell. That's her second foul, fourth team foul now against the Lady Cats. Cats on a 9-0 run right now with 2:39 to go in the first quarter of action. Music passes the ball down low, looking to get the ball to Bryant, but she just overshoots her and goes out of bounds off of the Lady Lions. So it's going to be Lady Cat basketball.
Shalyn Smith's going to check in for the Lady Cats right here. I was talking about officials the other night, and that's something I wish that we could see a little bit more consistency of, is because they missed this blatant foul right here underneath of Presley, but called a little touch foul right there, and that I just wish it would be more consistent.
Yeah, I agree. Presley Daniel working inside. Now she goes up. Shot is going to be deflected. No good. It goes out of bounds off the Lady Lions. So the Lady Cats are going to retain possession. Shalyn Smith's going to take the ball out here on the baseline for the Lady Cats. As she looks to get the ball in, she looks for Presley Daniel and finds her right in the middle. Presley tried to get the ball out to Cabry Carroll, but it's intercepted there by Sophie Lineberry. Now Music brings the ball up the floor. She dribbles and passes over to Lineberry. Lineberry working to get Shalyn Smith. She stops and picks up, gets the ball back over to Music. Music kicks it over in the corner to Ava Bryant. Bryant loses the handle, but Shamer gets it back, and now she gets it over to Laura Beth Battles. Battles working against a double team right now. Loses the handle. The ball is loose, and it's going to be picked up by Shalyn Smith, who's going to bring it back nearly uncontested. Layup no good, but the rebound right there as Cabry Carroll chased down the play. She got the rebound and the putback. 18-7. Lady Cats on an 11-0 run right now. Now the pass inside to Laura Beth Battles, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by Battles, so it's going to be Lady Cat basketball.
I'm sitting here, I'm trying to figure out when they were trying to press right there. I think that's why they came out of it. Not the fact that we were getting some fast break points, but they were getting jumbled up right there in the center of the court. The Lady Lions, I should say. So I didn't understand that whatsoever. Maybe they didn't understand, and Coach Morris just pulled them out of it.
Yeah. When you're running a press, you got to be effectively spaced. Now the pass to Ava Ashley over in the elbow. Ava with another three-pointer. That's 3 3-point shots for Ava Ashley here in the first quarter. 21-7 the score. Lady Cats out in front. We got about a minute to go here in the first quarter of action. Lady Cats on a 14-0 run right now. Now the ball passing, looking to get down low to Laura Beth Battles, and a steal taken by Presley Daniel. Daniel brings the ball up, passes his head to Kylie Thompson. Thompson gets it back inside to Presley. Presley puts it up, and she's going to get fouled on the way up, which is going to put her at the line to shoot 2. That foul going against number 25. That's Juliana Durbin picking up her first foul, second team foul against the Lady Lions here in the first half.
You know, Ava Ashley's only 17 away from getting that 30. I challenged her.
Yeah, she's not there. Ava is going to go to the bench and take a little bit of a break as Mary Grace Littleton checks back into the game. Presley's second shot is up and good. She's 2 for 2 on that trip. Makes it a 23-7 ball game. We're inside of 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter of action.
Look how wide the defense is right now.
Yeah, I love it. Music brings the ball, and she gets trapped in the corner immediately, and we're going to get a jump ball. as the ball is tied up by Presley Daniel. The possession arrow stays with Frank Hughes, so the Lady Lions are going to retain possession with 35.7 seconds to go. The ball inbounded to Laura Beth Battles in the backcourt. Now Battles crosses the timeline. She's going to get trapped as well. She's looking to pass the ball to Music in the middle. Kylie Thompson just stepped in front of it, took it away, and it's going to be Lady Cat basketball here. Now Thompson nearly trapped in the corner. She's able to get it out and get it over to Presley Daniel, and Daniel is going to get fouled by Sophie Lineberry. That's going to be Lineberry's first foul, third team foul now against Frank Hughes. Not a shooting foul. Lady Cat is going to retain possession, and it's going to be Lady Cat ball inbound on the baseline. Inbound to Presley Daniel. The layup under the basket, no good. Rebound collected by Laura Beth Battles. Cabry Carroll grabbed the ball, and we got a tie-up underneath. That was one of the quickest jump balls I've ever seen.
Well, the other night they were calling them pretty quick. Right now, you know, if you're a fan, you're sitting there watching that shot by Presley and wanting to go yelling foul. But no, that was a foul.
That was definitely a foul.
Now, what happened underneath the rim right there wasn't, because she took the ball up and just kind of flinged it up like what we used to call like a granny shot.
Right.
And if I'm a ref, I'm not calling that either.
No. Lady Cat's got the ball inbounds to Presley Daniel, who was fouled on her way to the basket again. No shot, though, so it is going to be Lady Cat ball. We're about 11 seconds to go. Ball worked inside to Presley Daniel. Now Daniel gets it back, trying to get it back out to Shylin Smith, and she just overshot her a little bit, so we're going to get a backcourt violation against the Lady Cats. We got 5.7 seconds to go. It's going to be Lady Lion basketball right here at the midcourt area. Bryant gets the ball inbounds to Music, and Kylie, that was dumb. Why would you commit that foul right there?
She was trying to go after the ball.
I know she was.
I think initially she was trying to get on the opposite side of her.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why you'd want to do that anyways. But she saw the ball coming in and reached back for it, and that's where she connected it with the body. And that's why number 4, Addie Music, is at the line for 2 free throws, because that's Wayne County's 5th foul.
Yep, 5 fouls now. Put the Lady Cats in the bonus. The Lady Lions in the bonus. Music misses her first shot. Second shot is up. That one's going to be good. So she stops the bleeding on the Lady Cat run. Makes it a 23-8 game. We got 3 seconds to go. Pass ahead to Cabry Carroll. Carroll puts up the shot at the last second. No good off the mark. And at the end of one, your Lady Cats lead 23-8 over the Lady Lions of Frank Hughes. Stay right here with us. We'll bring you second quarter action. You're listening to Wayne County Basketball on Big Oldies Radio.
This Friday, February 13th, the Wayne County High School softball program is hosting their annual chili and soup supper.
Wayne County basketball fans, welcome back into Big Oldies Radio. Your score at the end of the first quarter, Wayne County leads the Frank Hughes Lady Lions by the score of 23-8. Frank Hughes is going to have possession to begin the second quarter of action, and Music is going to take the ball out right here at the half court. She gets the ball inbounds to Laura Beth Battles. He gives it right back to her, and she's immediately trapped in the corner, and the ball tapped out of bounds by Mary Grace Littleton is going to retain possession for the Lady Lions.
Yeah, that's good defensive play by Littleton there to knock that ball out, because if she would have been able to grasp that ball, the only person between her and the rim would have been Ava Asher.
That's it. Ball inbounds to Bryant. Bryant gets the ball back to Battles. Now Battles working around, and the ball's going to go in the back court, but it was tipped away. And as she collects the ball, it's tipped once again. Now out of bounds off of Ava Bryant for Frank Hughes, trying to save it from going out of bounds, and she stepped on the sideline.
I think Laura Beth thought that it was going to be called backcourt.
I think she did too. Yeah. It looked. I mean, it was hard to tell, but she was definitely tipped there. So Odell brings the ball across the timeline. She swings it over to Littleton. Littleton pulls up at the free throw line, short on the jumper, off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound collected by Battles, and then Music is going to bring the ball up the floor for the Lady Lions. Now the pass inside, looking to get the ball to Bryant, off of her fingertips and straight into the arms of Ava Ashley, who tries to pass ahead to Adeline Odell, and it goes over her head out of bounds. Turnover back over to the Lady Lions. On the floor for the Lady Cats, number 14, Kate Bryson, number 4, Shallon Smith, 33, Adeline Odell, 25, Ava Ashley, and number 32, Mary Grace Littleton. Music brings the ball up the floor. She stops short and tries to pass ahead to Bryant. Bryant gets the ball inside to Laura Beth Battles, who takes it off the glass. Good for an easy 2 points. Makes it a 23-10 ball game. Now the pass ahead to Ava Ashley. Ashley working against Battles, tries to get inside. Ball deflected, and the ball collected by Battles, brings it out and gets it over to Music. Lady Lions working to get the ball back in the offensive set, and Shamer getting trapped in the corner. She gets the ball back over to Music, and Music is going to get fouled by Kate Bryson. That foul is going to go against Bryson. That's going to be the first team foul against the Lady Cats, her first foul here in the contest. We got 6:48 to go in the second quarter. Lady Cats with a 23-10 advantage. Pass inside to Battles is tipped, but Battles is able to collect it. Her shot, no good. Rebound collected by Ava Ashley, and Ashley brings the ball back up the floor. Kind of working in transition, trying to get back for an easy basket, and she goes into a double team, puts up a shot, no good, but she is going to get fouled and go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, you know, a lot of these fouls tonight from the Lady Cats haven't been aggressive fouls. They haven't been just overrun fouls. They've been out of position fouls. And, you know, so the Lady Cats are really going to have to get in better position because the Lions aren't pressuring you to commit these fouls. They're spreading very wide. They're hardly moving the floor. And you know, when you don't move around the floor like that, you're not able to get open looks and create more opportunities for yourself.
Ashley 2 for 2 on that trip to the line. That foul committed by Laura Beth Battles. That's her second foul of the game. First team foul against Frank Hughes. Lady Cats back up to a 15-point advantage. Shamer passes the ball across to Bryant in the corner. Three-pointer off the mark, no good. Rebound tracked down by Lineberry. Lineberry passes inside to Battles, who swings it back out to Shamer, gets it to Music. Music with a three-pointer, and that one falls through. Nice shot, nice movement to find the open shooter there. Now the pass ahead to Littleton. Littleton goes inside to Ava Ashley. Ashley with the turnaround jumper, and the shot is no good, but she's going to get fouled again. I believe that's going to go against Battles also. Yeah. If so, that's going to be her third foul.
You know, she's had two good positions right there. She just goes down with a slap, and almost every time you're going to get that call. You know, just keep your hands straight up. Don't squat down right there.
Yep. First shot off the mark, no good. Now Ava's second shot from the line is up, and that one falls through. Lady Cats with a 26-13 advantage. We got 5:59 to go here in the second quarter. Pass back to Music. Music tries to get the ball. She only does get it across the timeline. Passes inside to Battles. Battles splits the defense, goes up for a layup, and it's going to be deflected out of bounds off of Ava Ashley. So Lady Cats knocked the ball out of bounds. It's going to be Lady Lions basketball on their end of the court. Inbounds pass is going to find Battles, and Battles gets it back out. Tries to get it to Bryant. Bryant not able to collect it, and the ball picked up by Odels, who passes ahead to Kate Bryson. Bryson having to deal with a defender. We got some shots going up, and now Bryson gets the ball underneath the basket, goes back up again, and she's going to get fouled. I believe that one's going to go against Battles as well. If so, that's going to be her fourth foul now. Nope, they're going to call Lineberry on that one. So that one goes against Sophie Lineberry, who picks up her second foul of the game. That's 3 team fouls now against the Lady Lions. Man, the Lady Cats get back in transition, and it seems like they just go a little too fast. You know, take that extra half second and get in position and put up a good shot.
Well, you know, Kate Bryson made both of those 2 free throws right there. But if you're Coach Morris, you're happy right now because that call should have went on Laura Beth.
It really should have, yeah.
So
pass inside, trying to go to Laura Beth, and the ball knocked away, collected by Ava Ashley, who passes ahead to Kate Bryson. Bryson gets it inside to Presley Daniel, who finds a cutting Mary Grace Littleton, who's going right up the middle of the court. She cuts to the basket, takes the pass, and converts the layup. 30-13, your score now. Lady Cats out in front, and now the pass inside. They're trying to feed Battles inside, and the Lady Cats are cutting it off every time. Littleton brings it back up the court all the way, and she converts the layup on the other end of the floor. 32-13 the score right now. Lady Cats comfortably in front of them this one.
I don't understand the coming across the body and swinging. That's 2 in a row that Addie has done that. And I don't understand what she's thinking right there.
Now they get the ball inside. They did find Battles inside and got her in for the easy layup, but that's another opportunity there where Mary Grace Littleton just came right across, and she barely missed the steal right there.
Yeah. That's the advantage of spreading it out. Now they're moving on the inside a little bit. That's what's creating that.
Yep.
Because the Lady Cats got caught watching a little bit, and because the only people playing defense was the ones that was spread out on the floor. Everybody else was kind of just standing inside. And so since they started moving around just a little bit, it's opened it up for them. They're able to get those passes down inside, and so now they're getting some open looks or some contested looks where they're able to knock down the basket or the shots.
Yep. Lady Cats take a full timeout here with 4:35 to go in the first half. Lady Cats up 32-15, so a 17-point advantage for the Lady Cats over the Lady Lions, and it will be Lady Cat basketball coming out of the timeout here. Frank Hughes, they're moving the ball effectively. They're moving around. They got good movement, like you mentioned before. Their players are moving the ball around, and they're doing a good job of trying to feed the ball inside. But it seems to me like every play that they're drawing up, they're trying to get the ball down low to Battles, and the Lady Cats are kind of cheating on that a little bit, and they're able to convert some turnovers because of it.
Yeah, and the Lady Lions have almost scored as much as they scored in the entire game the first time that they played them. So the fact that they're at 15 now is good. Good basket right there by Ava, and good look inside there.
Yeah, Kate Bryson finds Ava Ashley inside for an easy layup. 2 points for the Lady Cats. Makes it a 34-15 advantage. Now Music with the basketball. Gets it over to Lineberry. Lineberry back out to Music. She swings it across to Tierra Shamer. Back out to Music. He gets it back out to Lineberry. Lady Cats playing a little bit more aggressively now. Battles gets the ball along the baseline. She dribbles and drives, and the ball goes out of bounds off of the Lady Cats. It's going to be Lady Lions basketball right on the baseline.
Well, it looks like they went back to a offense right there. So the offense was back down inside on top of the perimeter right there, which left them nothing.
Yep. So
if I'm Coach Morris, I'm staying by.
Inbounds to Laura Beth Battles, who puts up the 3 off the mark, no good. Rebound collected by Shamer. They get the ball out to Music. Music drives inside, and she's going to travel. So that's going to turn the ball back over to the Lady Cats. Kate Bryson and Mary Grace Littleton go to the bench as Cabra Carroll and Kylie Thompson check back into the game for Wayne County. On the floor right now for Wayne County, you've got Adeline Odles, Presley Daniel, Kylie Thompson, Ava Ashley, and Cabra Carroll. Ball over to Ava Ashley. Ashley working inside, now pulls it back out, gives it to Odle with a 3-point look. Off the back of the iron, no good. Ball tipped away and collected by Battles, who finds Bryant streaking back down the court. Shot off the mark, no good, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Cats.
I think Coach Morris is getting the attention of the referee right there because he missed another one right there where Ava should have been called. They call it over the back now. Fans do, but it's a push.
Yep.
But I'm glad she got away with it. No hate or anything there. They're trying to call too much attention to it. I got a feeling it's either going to get called or Coach Morris is probably going to get a warning here soon. And that little girl right there just changed pivot feet.
Yep, she did. Now the pass inside the Battles. Battles puts up a layup off the window. It's going to fall through and be good. Lady Cats 34-17 with 3:02 to go here in the first half. Odle gets the ball across the timeline. She's being guarded out top by Battles, and she swings it over to Daniel. Presley Daniel now with the ball, gets it back around to Ava Ashley. She gets it over to Odle. Odle gets it back to Daniel. Daniel looking to get the ball inside, and Ava Bryant just cuts it off, puts her hands up there and takes the ball away. So a turnover for the Lady Cats gives the ball back over to the Lady Lions.
That was smart defensive play by Miss Bryant there.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to try to get the ball with her, but Presley's eyes were on Ava the whole time.
Yep.
Great job by Ava there.
Now they kick the ball over in the corner to Ava Bryant. 3-point shot, a little strong, and it comes back out, collected and corralled by Cabra Carroll. Now the pass ahead to Adeline Odle, who goes inside to Presley Daniel. Daniel just a little too strong, and the rebound collected by the Lady Lions of Frank Hughes. Good possession. They're just not able to get the points on the end. Now Shamer with the basketball gets it over to Music, and Music swings it back around to Bryant. Shamer looking to go inside. Now she swings it back around to Bryant, over to Battles in the corner. Now Battles dribbles and dunks it inside to Durbin. Now we got a tie up underneath the basket. It's going to be a jump ball situation, and that's going to turn the ball back over to Wayne County.
Durbin needs to get out of the paint. She's hanging around there, grilling steaks. She's not going to be able to hang out there. She's got to come out. That ref is looking dead at her, and probably if that ball wasn't going to thrown in or deflected in, then probably going to get a 3-second call right there. Can't stand in the paint.
Nope. Ava Ashley with the basketball. We're going to get a foul called. I believe that's going to go against Music. That is going to be against Music. So Music picks up her second foul of the game. That's 14 fouls now against Frank Hughes here in the second quarter. We got 1:41 to go in the half. Lady Cats with a 34-17 advantage. The inbounds pass to Presley Daniel in the paint. Daniel gives the ball to Ava Ashley. Ashley goes up with a shot, deflected by Ava Bryant, out of bounds off of Frank Hughes.
That's Ava's second block on Ava. That's Ava's second block on Ava.
Yeah.
You know, back to, if you don't mind, just that screen that was set right there by Presley, how she was able to get that call. Usually when you're able to get that call right there, see, she took that. Usually when a player jumps up and takes that, it's probably because there's been some foul play going on beforehand.
Yeah. Ava Ashley takes the inbounds pass and puts up a shot, but she's going to get fouled. The shot no good. Foul goes against Urban. That's her second foul, and that's also going to put the Lady Cats in the bonus. So the Lady Cats will be shooting the rest of the way. Ava 2 for 2 on that trip, makes it a 36-17 advantage for the Lady Cats. We got a minute and a half to play here in the first half as Frank Hughes brings the ball back up the floor. Ball swung across to Music. She gets it back around to Bryant, who gets it back out to the top. She finds Shamer on the elbow, swings it back around. Now Bryant with the look, shot fake, gives it back to Music. Three-pointer away, off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound collected by Ava Ashley, and Lady Cats pushing back up the other end of the floor. She passed ahead to Odals. Odals had the look, but then she pulled back and gives it over to Ava Bryant, who knocks down another three-point shot.
Ava Ashley.
That's what, 4 for her?
That's 4. That was Ava Ashley.
Yeah, Ava Ashley with another three-pointer. Makes it a 39-17 game. We're inside of a minute to go here in the first half. Music with the basketball, swings it over to Bryant. Bryant back out to Music. Music dribbles around, gets it over to Shamer. Shamer tries to get it back to Bryant. It's intercepted and cut up by Kylie Thompson, who comes back in transition. The layup no good, but Adeline Odell right there gets the rebound and the putback. So those 2 points for Adeline Odell. And now we're going to get a timeout taken by Coach Morris. With 29.2 seconds to go here in the first half, Lady Cats up 41-17. We got a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Morris here.
Yeah. I just want to elaborate on that screen that I was talking about a while ago when I said foul play. I didn't mean anything dirty.
Right.
What I meant is that maybe she's trying to go over that screen right there and catching a whole lot of shoulder or elbow into Presley's ribs maybe. I'm not saying that happened at all. I'm just saying as a former basketball player, that's usually what happens. Now, if they're being aggressive, playing defense and trying to go through that screen, then they're going to be smart enough and be like, you know what, next time she hits me like that, I'm going down.
Yeah.
And that's what I meant by foul play right there. I just wanted to be clear on that.
Yeah. And we're not saying there's anything dirty going on, but but that was a high IQ play by Presley to draw that foul.
Definitely.
Now Shallon Smith back into the game for the Lady Cats. The pass across the timeline to Shamer. Shamer looks to get the ball to Battles, and Presley Daniel just sticks her hand up and takes it away. Presley brings it back up the floor, puts up the layup. It's going to be no good, but she's going to get fouled, and I believe that's going to go against Chera Shamer. That's going to be, that one's going to go against Music. So Music picks up her third foul of the game. Lady Cats still in the bonus, so Presley Daniel at the line to shoot 2.
She is scoreless this quarter. Presley.
First shot for Presley is off the mark. Presley's second shot now on the way, and that one's going to be good. 42-17 your score. We got 15 seconds to go here in the first half. Music brings the ball up the floor for Frank Hughes. She gets it over to Lineberry. Lineberry swings it around to Battles. Battles passes across the floor to Bryant. Back underneath the basket to Music. Good ball movement, and Music completes it. We've got 1 second to go, and Ava Ashley's just going to dribble it out. You're into the first half score. Wayne County 42, Frank Hughes 19. Stay right here with us. We'll have first half stats and analysis. You listen to Wayne County Basketball on Big Oldies Radio. Radio. At halftime, your score, Wayne County Lady Cats 42, the Lady Lions of Frank Hughes 19. Will, I believe you got some first half stats for us?
Yes, sir. We'll start with the Lady Lions. Number 10, Ava Bryant. She has a total of 1 point so far in this game. Number 25, number 4, Addie Music is the leader for the Lady Lions right now with 10, and number 24, Laura Beth Battles has 8, with a total of 19 for the first half. And for your Lady Cats, we got number 14, Kate Bryson with 2, number 32, Mary Grace Littleton with 4, number 33, Addie Odell with 2, and number 42, Presley Daniel with 9 right now. And number 3, Cabry Carroll has 2 points as well. Leading the Lady Cats is going to be number 25, Ava Ashley with 21, which is 2 less than the first game before. You know, I think it's, I mean, I know it's only 2 points, but I think it's safe to say that having Laura Beth on the floor for the Lady Lions is really contributing to the Lady Lions defense and their offense. Now, she may only have 8 points, but the Lady Lions has scored 19 points, which I believe, if I remember correctly, I believe it's already 1 point more than the game before.
Yeah, the whole game.
Then the whole game. So that's a positive, a strong positive note for the Lady Lions, and kudos to them on that. You know, because this game is, you know, I understand the score is 42-19 right now. I'm wondering how much Ava Asher is going to play.
Right.
You know, going into the second half, because last game, I don't believe she even played in the third quarter or the second half at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, the margin was greater then, because I think they only had 5 points at halftime the first time that they played them. And so I expect maybe Ava to come out and play a few minutes here, but I don't know how much longer, depending on what happens with the Lady Lions, whether or not if Ava remains on the floor.
Yeah, I would say more than likely we'll see the starting 5. Probably maybe for the first 3 or 4 minutes of the third quarter, and then depending on how that goes, will determine how quickly Coach Molly starts subbing in the younger players. I'll tell you what, we got some pretty entertaining stuff going on right here at halftime with these younger girls out here playing a little basketball. Yeah, the younger Lady Cats out here playing a little scrimmage, and so this is kind of exciting to watch this right here too.
Yeah, you can almost call this play-by-play right now. I know a lot of these girls. I've coached some of them in softball before.
Oh.
I've been honored to be able to watch them play some TVBA time or two.
Boom!
And you know, and that was Little Miss Stotts, wasn't it? Was that Little Miss Stotts? Yeah. So that was Mindy's daughter, Lucy Stotts, who just drained a nice little 2-pointer right there, about 7 or 8 feet away from the basket. You know, these girls right here got some promising futures as well. You know, we got a middle school group that we don't hear about on the radio.
Yeah.
Those middle school girls are legit. You know, they're really, really good and made it to the semifinals of the James C. Hill State Tournament this year. If y'all are listening, congratulations once again. You know, I'm very proud of you. Your Coach Scott and Coach Molly both are very proud of you. Your fans are proud of you, and Wayne County in general is proud of you. So keep your heads up, because I believe that going into these next few years, when they come to the high school and able to contribute, what I really wish, you know, is that not only does this team make it back to the glass house, because I really want that, and obviously for next year, but by the time those girls get up here, I hope they can make it there as well, and I believe that they will. And that was a nice basket there by Ashley Franks. That was about 8. What do you say? About 12 feet?
Yeah, something like that. I would say it's safe to say that the future of Lady Cat basketball is secure.
Yes.
So we got about 4 minutes to go here at halftime. We'll be back with second half action. Stay right here with us. You're listening to Lady Cat basketball on Big Old East Radio. to Big Oldies Radio. At the start of the second half, your score, Wayne County Lady Cats 42, the Frank Hughes Lady Lions 19. Starting five on the floor for both teams here as we start the third quarter. Bryant has the ball, comes across the baseline, across the timeline. She gets tapped out of bounds, but we're going to get a foul called against Mary Grace Littleton. That's going to be first team foul against the Lady Cats, second team foul now for Mary Grace in this contest. This will be Lady Lion basketball. It's the inbound pass gives to Shamer in the backcourt. She passes across to Bryant, who gives it to Battles. Battles working and comes out, gets the ball back out to Bryant, who tries to swing across to Music. Presley Daniel steps in front for what I believe is going to be her third steal of the night. She gives it to Ava Ashley, who passes back to Adeline Odles, and Odles now at the top of the key, going to settle down and set the offense for the Lady Cats. Pass inside to Ava Ashley. Ashley with a turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound collected by Odles. Odles passes back into Ashley. The shot deflected, but the rebound collected by Kate Bryson. Bryson goes up, and she is fouled. Well, what do you say, man? So it's going to put Kate Bryson at the line to shoot two. The first foul against Tiara Shamer. It's first team foul against Frank Hughes here in the third quarter. Bryson's first shot is no good. Second shot is up, and that one's off the mark as well. Rebound collected by Presley Daniel. She passes to Odles. Odles now has the basketball, and she allows her team to settle back in. So the Lady Cats going to get another opportunity here after the two missed free throws.
Now, Presley Daniel, she's always been fun to watch, but over the past, I'd say, I'm going to go ahead and say the second half of this season so far, she's been a different player.
She has. Presley tried to get the ball inside to Adeline Odles, but the ball brought out by Laura Beth Battles.
Oh.
Now Battles gets the ball back up the floor. She gives it to Ava Bryant in the middle. Bryant, layup attempt is no good, but the ball out of bounds, last touched by the Lady Cats. So it's going to be Frank Hughes basketball down here on their end of the floor.
I'd really like to see our student section get involved.
Absolutely. Battles with the three-point shot. It's going to be up, and it's going to be no good. Rebound brought out and collected by Presley Daniel. She passes over to Ava Ashley. Ashley works it back up the floor. She stops, pulls up a three-pointer. No good. Rebound brought out by Addie Music, and now Music is going to get fouled from behind. That's going to go against Presley Daniel. I think it was one of those deals where Presley had a little momentum. She was trying to pull back and not touch her, and she wasn't able to stop in time.
I thought she was hung up on something. You know, from this angle, it looked like she was hung up and just couldn't get her foot underneath her.
That's Presley's first foul here of the game, second team foul against the Lady Cats. That is one area right there where we've seen Presley make some great improvements. Is, you know, I used to joke a little bit and say she started every game with 2 fouls.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, that's part of what I wanted to say about being a different ball player this second half. You know, because she's applied her frustrations and aggressions in other ways.
Yeah.
Which is what I think we all here at Lady Cat Nation are proud of.
Ball stolen by the Lady Cats. Littleton
Nice.
brings the ball up the floor. Pass inside to Daniel. Now Daniel with a spin and a shot right off the window, and it falls through the cylinder. Makes it a 44-19 advantage, and that's going to put Presley Daniel in double digits for the night.
That was a really nice drop step and then spin off that. That was beautiful. Can't do it any better.
Now the pass inside to Laura Beth Battles. Battles puts up shot contested by Presley Daniel. The shot no good. Rebound brought down by Kate Bryson. She hands the ball back to Presley Daniel. Daniel's going to bring it back up the floor. She stops and finds Ava Ashley right under the basket, and Ashley's going to get fouled hard as she puts up her shot. That's going to go against Durbin. That's going to be her third foul, I believe.
That's what I have.
And that'll be the second team foul against Frank Hughes as well. So for Frank Hughes, you've now got Music, Durbin, and Battles with 3 fouls apiece.
Ava Ashley, she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She is 4 for 5 right now.
First shot for Ashley is going to be good. Second shot is up, and that one's good as well. Lady Cats with a 46-19 advantage at the 5:30 mark here in the third quarter. Music brings the ball up the floor. She gets it over to Battles. Battles driving against Littleton, tries to go inside. Instead, she kicks it back out to Shamer. Shamer gets it over to Music, who tries to push it back over to Battles, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Frank Hughes.
Music avoided that contact right there for some reason when she could have easily
Drawn the foul, yeah.
Could have drawn the foul right there. What was our Lady Cats? Were we supposed to be in a 1-3-1 right there? Because it almost looked like a 1-4-1.
Almost. Now the pass inside to Odles, the shot no good, and now the scrum. Mary Grace Littleton comes out with it, shot no good, but this time Ava Bryant comes out with it for Frank Hughes, and they get the ball back over to Addie Music, who's going to bring the ball up the floor. Music goes between the defenders. She spins around, gets the ball to Bryant, and she tries to get the ball into Battles, but Mary Grace Littleton steps in front of it and just takes the ball away. Now the pass ahead to Kate Bryson. Bryson works across, gets the ball over to Odles. Odles now with a step up and a three-point shot, a little off the mark, no good, and the ball is going to go out of bounds off of the Lady Cats.
Now, you know who the sibling is for Ava Bryant, don't you? The one and only Dane Bryant. He played football here for Wayne County High School.
There you go. Okay, I did not make that connection.
Shout out to Dane.
Shout out. Ava Bryant brings the ball up the floor. She gets it to Music. Music with a little pull-up from about 15 foot. Off the mark, no good, and the rebound collected by the Lady Cats. Pass ahead to Odles, who gets the ball back to Ava Ashley. Ashley now swings it across to Mary Grace Littleton. Littleton drives, and she's going to kick it back out to Bryson. Bryson kicks it across to Odles. Odles now goes inside to Ava Ashley. Ashley pulls up from about 17 feet. Off the mark, no good. Rebound collected by Shamer. It's going to be Frank Hughes basketball.
She rushed that shot right there. You know, she saw that there was so much traffic on the inside and just decided to just shoot it right there. I don't know if I would have passed it off or maybe try to drive it on a different path.
Music with the basketball. Nice. She drives inside, and she is going to draw the foul. So that's going to put Music at the line to shoot two, and I believe that one's going to go against Littleton.
That's her third.
That'll be her third foul, third team foul against the Lady Cats here in this quarter. We got 3:42 to play. Lady Cats with a 46-19 advantage over the Lady Lions of Frank Hughes. Frank Hughes still scoreless in this quarter as Music's first shot short, no good. Caber Carroll and Callie Thompson going to check back into the game for the Lady Cats. Littleton and Bryson go to the bench for an opportunity to take a breather. Music's second shot is on the way. That one falls through. So Lady Lions finally break out of that scoreless drought here in the third quarter. It's now a 46-20 basketball game with Lady Cats out in front. Presley Daniel drives with the basketball, kicks it back out to Thompson, swings it over to Ava Ashley. Ashley back out to Odles, who finds Caber Carroll over in the corner. Carroll, I believe, had a shot there, but she chose instead to pass it back to Presley Daniel. Daniel tries to get it back to Caber, and the ball off the mark, picked up by Shamer. Shamer brings it back, and her shot gets rejected by Adeline Odles. Lady Cats gather the ball, and now Ava Ashley with the ball on the other end of the floor. Three-pointer in and out, no good. Rebound collected underneath the basket by number 20. That's going to be Harper O'Neill getting the basket for the rebound for Frank Hughes, rather. And now Music's going to bring the ball back up the floor. Pass down the middle of the Battles. Battles splits through the defenders, goes up with the right hand and converts the layup. 46-22 your score.
That was a nice pass fake pass fake by her to get it down inside right there. That was good. I'm sure it wasn't drawn up, but that was good. That was good basketball.
Presley Daniel with the ball in the corner right now. She gives it to Callie Thompson. Back to Daniel. Daniel goes to Ava Ashley down low, and Ashley with the shot. And that one, they're going to say the foul occurred before the shot. So that's going to put Ava at the line to shoot two. The basket was good. Okay. And the official came up with his fingers up like he was going to shoot two there. So Ashley converts on the basket, and she gets fouled by Harper O'Neill. That's O'Neill's first foul, third team foul against Frank Hughes. And Ashley goes to the line and converts the three-point play.
Ashley can easily get about 10 more points right here if she just takes good selective shots.
Mm-hmm. O'Neill with the basketball, swings it back out to Music, over to Shamer, back out to Music at the top. Now Music goes inside to Battles, back out to Music. Music pulls up. She gave a little shot fake, and then inside the Battles, back out to Music. Now Music going inside, and her shot's got to be deflected by Presley Daniel. Ava Ashley comes out with it, passes ahead to Odles, going up the floor. Layup no good, but the rebound collected by the Lady Cats. Caber Carroll passes out to Ava Ashley. Ashley's shot no good, but Presley Daniel on the follow-up gets the rebound, the putback, and she's going to get fouled. And that's going to put Presley Daniel at the line with an opportunity to convert a three-point play. That one going to go against
Ava Bryant.
Ava Bryant. That's her first foul of the game, fourth team foul against Frank Hughes. We got 1:48 to go here in the second quarter, and Presley converts the three-point play. Shallon Smith going to check back into the game for the Lady Cats as Odals is going to get a breather. Now Lady Cats with a 30-point advantage, I would imagine that we'll start to see some substitutions coming in for the Lady Cats here shortly. Music brings the ball up the floor, swings it over to Shamer. Back over to Music. Music dribbles to the right and goes inside to Bryant. Bryant kicks it out to Shamer. Shamer tries to get it to Battles underneath, and Presley Daniel steps in front. Another steal from Presley Daniel. Pass ahead to Shallon Smith, streaking to the basket, and Shallon goes up with the right hand and converts that layup. Makes another 2 points for the Lady Cats, 54-22 the advantage.
Nice look. Way to get it down the floor like that. Nice. Oh, she may have traveled right there, but other than that was a nice little move.
Yeah, Music passes to Battles, who splits the defense and goes up with the right hand, converts. Makes it a 30-point game again. Now Daniel with the basketball. She pulls up from about 12 feet, knocks it down. Presley Daniel with another basket.
She's a threat, man, I'm telling you.
Presley has come alive here in the second half of this season, and she's playing different basketball, man. I don't know.
They are a great duo. You know, there's only one Blair August, but, you know, having them two down there playing the way that they are makes teams really suffer, you know.
Addie Music put up a three-point shot off the mark, no good, and the rebound out of bounds off of the Lady Cats. Now checking into the game for the Lady Cats, coming number 44, Izzy Scaife, and number 15, Carly LeBombard. Inbounds pass to Laura Beth Battles is there. The shot no good. Rebound collected by Izzy Scaife. And Shallon Smith brings the ball back up the floor for the Lady Cats. She kicks it over to Caber Carroll in the corner. Carroll drives along the baseline, puts it back out to Scaife, and Izzy Scaife with a little basket right there from about 12 feet. Nice find, nice feed, nice finish.
That a girl, Izzy.
Now Music brings the ball back up the floor for the Lady Lions. She gets the ball over to Ava Bryant. And Shallon Smith with active hands knocks the ball loose, and she's going to pick up the loose ball, brings it back up the floor, and she's going to get fouled. I believe that's going to go against Ava Bryant.
No, it's going to go against O'Neal.
O'Neal, excuse me. That is going against O'Neal. So O'Neal picks up her second foul, but that's going to put the Lady Cats in the bonus with 1 second to play. Here in the third quarter, Shallon Smith is going to go to the line to shoot two.
I hope she knocks them both down.
Well, yeah.
Well, I really like Shallon and her brother. I like that family, Ron. Really nice people, really great people. Have offered me help in times when I needed it. And Izzy almost got that rebound.
Well, Kylie, that was Kylie there on the rebound. So Shallon 1 for 2 on that trip, but the second shot off the mark, Kylie Thompson grabbed the rebound and threw it up right at the buzzer. No good. At the end of 3, your score, Wayne County 59, Frank Hughes 24. Stay right here with us. We'll bring you fourth quarter action. You're listening to Wayne County Basketball on Big Oldies. Basketball fans, welcome back into Big Oldies Radio. To start of the fourth quarter, the Lady Cats over Frank Hughes by a score of 59-24. It's going to be Lady Cat basketball to start the fourth quarter. On the floor for the Lady Cats is going to be Caber Carroll, Shallon Smith, Izzy Scaife, Carly LeBombard, and Kylie Thompson. Inbounds pass comes to Shallon Smith, and Smith brings the ball across the timeline up the floor for the Lady Cats. Gets the ball over to Thompson, back around to Caber Carroll, who finds LeBombard, gets it back over to Shallon. Shallon swings around to Kylie Thompson, who puts up a three-pointer. A little too strong off the mark, but Izzy Scaife right there to collect the rebound, and she kicks it back out. Caber Carroll with the basketball now, gets it back to Shallon Smith. Smith working and trying to direct traffic to go back the other direction. She gets it over to Kylie Thompson. Thompson back out to Carroll. Carroll over to Smith. Back out to Thompson. Thompson with another three-pointer. Again, just a little too strong off the back of the iron, and this time the rebound collected by Ava Bryant. I know we didn't score there, but a good movement there, good offensive movement, and good ball movement by the Lady Cats.
I was thinking that, and it wouldn't mean like the girls had to rush to go get the pass or anything. They stepped to it. It was just good, really good Lady Cat ball movement right there. I like that.
Lady Lions trying to get the ball inside to Laura Beth Battles, but the ball deflected off of the Lady Cats out of bounds. 35-point game means we have a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Now the inbounds to Battles. Battles steps and gives the ball back over to Music. Music tries to drive. She loses the handle, gets it back. Now she passes inside to Battles. Battles with a little reverse layup right under the basket, and she knocks it through. Another 2 points for the Lady Lions. 59-26 your score. Now Caber Carroll with the basketball, and she finds Shallon Smith underneath. And Smith with a basket right underneath the goal there. Makes it a 35-point game once again, and Coach Morris was going to take a timeout here with 6:27 to play here in the fourth quarter.
I really like that little reverse hook shot there by Laura Beth Battles. You can't teach that to kids. That stuff right there is for girls or guys who play basketball and is around the game often, for her to be able to come up with that right there. It wasn't like it bounced around and luckily fell in. That was smooth. It was crisp. It was skilled. Is probably a better way to say that.
Mm-hmm. That's a product of a lot of hours of practice underneath the basket.
Oh yeah.
You don't just naturally throw one up like that and have it go. So
no, and you can tell when it's by accident.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't.
Yeah.
That was a nice skilled shot by Laura Bell.
And right now, I tell you, we're getting some valuable minutes for the Lady Cats, and we talk about this a lot. We're getting ready to get into district tournament here in a week or so, and these younger players getting some meaningful minutes out here on the floor in a live game.
Speaking of that, I like what I see coming from the bench the bench over there. I don't know if you've noticed it, and which I did a couple times, but John sent me a message, and he must have been noticing it too.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Prater's over there coaching up these young girls as if she's one of the assistant coaches. I love to see a player do that. A player coach is a great tribute to a team.
Sophie Lineberry hits an open three-pointer in the corner, makes it a 61-29 basketball game. Now Shallon Smith driving inside. She kicks it out to Kylie Thompson. Thompson gives it back to LeBombard. LeBombard drives it inside with the right hand. She goes up, off the rim, no good. Rebound collected by Addie Music. It's going to be Frank Hughes basketball coming back up the floor. We got 5:40 to play here in the contest. Kicks the ball over to Ava Bryant. Bryant goes to Battles down low. Battles off the mark, no good. Rebound pulled out by Shallon Smith, and Smith goes back up the floor. She's going to lose the handle, allows the defense to catch up to her, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Cats. It's going to be Frank Hughes basketball.
I'm looking at the turnovers here, and for the first half, the Lady Lions had 17, and for the third quarter, they had 4. So that's a good cutback because the first quarter they had 10.
Yeah.
And for the Lady Cats, we've got a total of 8 for the entire game. So maybe we can keep that number low for the Lady Cats here.
Lady Cats have played a pretty clean basketball game. Of course, like I said, when you've got the younger players on the floor right now, you can expect maybe a couple of turnovers here and there.
Yeah. Looks like we're about to go even younger.
Mm-hmm. Ball swings over to Battles. Battles works around. She tries to kick it back out to Lineberry, and Shallon Smith jumps right in front of it, takes it away, and she's going to bring it up the floor. She passes ahead to Caber Carroll. Carroll's got the wide open shot. Take it, Cabry.
She wanted the reverse.
She goes inside with the reverse layup. No good, but she gets her own rebound. Kicks it out to Thompson. Thompson's going to give it back out to Shallon Smith, and Smith is going to slow down and reset the offense for the Lady Cats. We got some more young players ready to check into the game at the next stoppage of play for Wayne County. Now Smith drives inside, kicks it out to Carroll in the corner. Cabry with a 3, off the mark, no good. LeBombard comes in and flies in, gets the rebound, and she's going to get fouled on the putback. The shot, no good, but that is going to put Carla LeBombard at the line to shoot 2. That foul going against number 10. That's Ava Bryant. That's her second foul of the game, first team foul against Frank Hughes here in the fourth quarter.
I was sitting there thinking, why didn't Carly take that shot over there in the corner? Because she had it.
She had it.
But then, Cabry Carroll, she's got to touch the ball and been open a few times, been very patient. So I was really hoping for more than just the points there.
Yep.
But I was really hoping that their 3 would drop for her.
Mm-hmm. LaBombard missed her first one. Second shot on the way, and that one is going to be off the mark as well. Laura Beth Battles comes out with it. Emma Green, Emerson Canfield, and Kinsley Miller have checked into the game for the Lady Cats. Music brings the ball up the floor for the Lady Lions. She gets it over to Battles. Now Battles brings it back around to the top. She passes across to Music. Music with a little floater from about 15 feet. No good. Rebound collected by Izzy Scaife. Scaife gives the ball to LaBombard, and LaBombard's going to bring the ball up the floor for the Lady Cats. She gets the ball over to Emerson Canfield. Canfield gets Miller in the corner. Back over to Izzy Scaife. Scaife back over to Green. Green back to LaBombard. Now tries to go down low to Kinsley Miller.
Nice.
The ball knocked loose, but then Emma Green right there on the fight to get the rebound and get the ball back. We're going to get a jump ball.
No, we're going to get a foul.
We're going to get a foul call against 2-4, so that's going to go against Laura Beth Battles. That's her fourth.
Yeah.
Second team foul against Frank Hughes here in the fourth quarter. We got 2:30 to play. Inbounds to Emma Green. Emma Green now driving to the basket, and she's going to take it right off the window, drop it through for 2 points. 63-29. Lady Cats out in front.
That's a nice little drive, nice little land over the front of the rim right there.
That was pretty.
Backboard.
It was
Great
pretty.
job, Emma.
Yep. Now Music with the basketball for Frank Hughes. Gets it inside to Battles. Battles kicks it out to Shamer. Back over to Music. Music right there along the sideline doing a good job keeping it in bounds, and she finds Bryant. Bryant takes a couple of dribbles and puts up a shot from right the free throw line. No good. Rebound collected by Izzy Scaife. Izzy's playing a good game here in the fourth quarter.
She really is. She's come a long way, man. I remember watching her in middle school, and she's really learning. I know Coach Molly and Coach Scott both. Nice, Carly.
Nice drive by Carly LaBombard right down the middle of the lane, and she puts it up, drops it right off the window, good for 2 points. 65-29 your score with about a minute and a half to go, and now mass substitutions coming in for Frank Hughes as Lineberry and Mallory Mitchell come into the game along with O'Neal for Frank Hughes.
Yeah.
Bryant with the basketball, gets it back around to O'Neal. O'Neal gets it back over to Bryant. Bryant with a three-pointer away, no good, but she's going to get fouled, and I believe that's going to go against LaBombard. That's going to be her first foul of the game, first team foul against Wayne County, and that's going to put Ava Bryant at the line with a chance to shoot 3 shots coming off that three-pointer.
Yeah, she got knocked on the arm pretty hard right there.
First shot for Bryant is going to fall through. That one's going to be good. Bryant's second shot now is up, and that one is off the mark, no good.
So clock continues to run here with the score up
35
in the fourth quarter.
Now checking into the game for Frank Hughes, number 15, Olivia Cole. Third shot for Bryant is up, and that one is through. We got 33 seconds to go here in the contest. Wayne County is going to come out victorious tonight. We're just down to find out what the final score is going to be as LaBombard has the basketball. She's going to kind of dribble out. Now the pass over to Canfield, back to LaBombard. Gets it over to Izzy Scaife. Scaife back to LaBombard. Swings it over to Kinsley Miller. Miller inside to Scaife. Scaife with the floater. No good. Rebound right there by Emma Green. The putback just a little too strong. Ava Bryant comes out with it for Frank Hughes, and she brings it back up the floor. She's going to try to drive inside, and she gets cut off by Izzy Scaife. And that's going to take us to the end of the game. Your final score, Wayne County 65, Frank Hughes 31. Stay right here with us. We'll have all the post-game stats and analysis. You listen to Wayne County Basketball on Big Oldies Radio.
What do you want, David? What do you want? Right here?
for tonight, Wayne County Lady Cats 65. Frank Hughes Lady Lions 30. Will, you got some final stats for us?
Yeah, I do. I'm missing a few from the Lady Cats here. I think I forgot to write them, but for the most part, I've got them. For the Lady Lions, we have number 10, Ava Bryant. She ended up with 3 tonight. And number 4, Addie Music, had 11. Number 24, Laura Beth Battles, had 14, leading the Lady Lions. Number 12, Sophie Lineberry, had 3 there in the fourth quarter. She hit that 3 with a total of 31. For your Wayne County High School Lady Cats, I've got number 14, Kate Bryson, 2. Number 25, Ava Ashley, 26. Number 32, 4, which is Mary Grace Littleton. Number 33, Addie Odell with 2. Number 42, Presley Daniel with 15. And number 4, Shylin Smith with 5. Number 44, Easy Escape with 2. Number 24, Emma Green with 2. And number 15, Carly Lumbenbar with 2. The total should equal 65, but I think I'm missing about 3 or 4 there.
That's okay. So we got a great win tonight for the Lady Cats. That's going to bring the record for Wayne County to 21-5. Frank Hughes girls are going to drop to 9-14 on the season. Great win there for the Lady Cats, and we want to keep that momentum going as we head into a district tournament here in the next couple of weeks.
I'm really looking forward to what the Lady Cats are going to bring into district tournament. I think they're going to bring a lot of intense pressure against their opponents. I think they're going to come out and score big some games, and I'm just kind of curious of which team is going to be the team that's going to give them the most challenge. And then right now, I'm leaning toward it being Collinwood.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think district-wise, that's probably going to be the best matchup for the Lady Cats. Now we're getting ready to turn our attention to the boys' game here as the Wayne County Wildcats look to get back on the winning side. Came off a heartbreaking loss last Friday night at Perry County. Riding a little bit of a losing streak, looking to get back in the win column tonight against the Frank Hughes Lions. Of course, the Lions come into the season now with a record of 8-12-1. They've already lost one head-to-head matchup against the Wildcats. Wildcats sporting a 15-9 record. What are we looking for tonight out of this boys' game, Will?
Well, we're going to have to keep Devin Dykes at bay. He scored 14 against us last time that we played, and I know he was on the boards a little bit. And I know Wyatt McLean's going to be on the boards a little bit, and Hazen Simmons. I know those guys are going to do their best. Still, you don't have much of a chance to win a ball game.
No, you've got to limit your opponent's second chance opportunities.